Good evening, everyone. I'm doing a special reading because you'll see in just a minute. I'm going to go in and get this energy. This is the underlying energy of this reading. This reading is for, um, it's a reading to go over everything everybody was exposed to this past weekend with Lil Nas X video and the thoughts that are running through his mind and how he feels about his life and whatever led to the great culmination of what we saw specifically in the video this past weekend. I don't really know this young man's work, but once it reaches me, I'm like, wait a minute, because I'm not a part of pop culture. I don't watch a lot of things that would have me even know who he is. So the fact that it reached me, I was like, how did this? I said, okay. I'm respectful of whatever his process is. I'm just gonna look at it. I can tell you from this is a pretty empty win for him right now. And I don't know why that would be. I think a lot of the times especially in the Western world, people are heavily trained to think about money all the time, as if money and status and being able to shake the hands of different people and all that kind of stuff and, command things really means something. But it can be, it can sometimes, it can be an empty win. It can be like you thought it was going to be all this and it wasn't. So whatever that is, that's stuff that we're of course not seeing. I'm sure he personally is having those experiences in and of himself. He's going to get a lot of opportunity behind this. A lot of opportunity. And that's what this was set up for him to get a lot of opportunity. The hope was for him to get the opportunity, honey. And to feel completed by this. Like, okay, it's almost like, I'm going to get clarification on those two things. But it's like he ran into the world to give this big announcement. And to make so many different parallels and give so many different symbols to people in his music and in this specific video that may have flown over quite a few heads, that may have smacked quite a few people in the face, because I get the impression that there are quite a few personal things here too, and not the obvious, okay? But I'm saying within regards to the things, like the imagery of the video as you watch it. He's, like I said, some amazing opportunities. Got a lot of opportunities, a lot of work coming out of this. And everybody knows that, you know what I mean? He's going to be on top of the world with this stuff for a minute. But there's more to go after this. And I get the impression here, with there being more to go after this, with this empty feeling kind of across from it, it's like, how much more can I give? Well, he young, because so honey, they can give a whole lot more. Youngins can give a whole lot more, but I don't know him, so I don't know what he can give. It's Aries season, and he's in Aries. I need to go back and look at my former Aries videos to see how this applies. Wow. I want to get clarification on this emptiness. Here it is. The money's not all he thought it would be. And I'm going to tell you something. That is always the thing. I think the lesson here is to accept yourself no matter what. Accept yourself no matter what. He may be taking a break in the near come future. May step away. Take some time off to, because this emptiness is actually, it's right now. It's not, this is now he thought it was going to be. A lot of what we're seeing in media and stuff like that is just that. May get his wishes though, full blown, everything. And we know what they always say: be careful what you wish for, be careful what you ask for, because sometimes you get it. He's not a bad person. This is not what I'm getting here, but I'm getting that this was a major issue for him, and he was tussling with this for quite some time, and it helped make him who he is. But you thumb your nose at the establishment, and sometimes the establishment come visit you. And that's what it looks like it's about to happen. Mm-hmm. And I'm just going to leave that like that, because there's not a whole lot of interpretation to that. The establishment. There it is. Yeah. You know, I was looking today at Ralph Smart's reaction to his video, which, you know, Ralph has his own following, and he's been building his process for some time. This is Infinite Waters for those that follow him. And I think that, once again, he's a cool guy and everything like that. But I do think that sometimes what different people are suffering with, we can't always speak to. And what we have an idea on, we can see the obvious stuff in front of us. with the deeper permeating issues, we can't always speak to. I do hope that he has some amazing mentors around him, because he's going to need them. He's going to need them. People that can advise him as to next steps in that industry. He made a big splash with this one, but sometimes those big splashes that we make, it produces what we wanted it to produce, but sometimes it's anticlimactic. Anticlimactic. All right, everybody, that was real quick, honey. But I could not touch this. I was seeing it everywhere. And I'm like, wait a minute, who? Like, why is this? You know, because I don't feel that this is any different than anything else that we've seen out here. And anything else that we've seen that is happening around the world, and what people are saying it represents. Well, now it's in your face in someone's creative mind in a video. What does that mean? And when I say it's in your face, I mean someone who has lived their own personal life trying to figure things out, and this is what they came up with, and understanding fully who they are. And still, we understand it when people are very young. That understanding is a moving target at best. Clarity's on its way. Peace, y'all.